appointment.
Thank you, everybody, for joining tonight for the Ordinance Administration meeting for November 1st, 2021. All votes must be by roll call. Consistent with the Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, this meeting will be conducted by remote participation. The public may not physically attend the meeting, but every effort will be made to allow the public to view and listen to the meeting in real time and to participate when necessary. If you are calling on a phone, you can press *9 to request to speak. If you're watching on a computer or device, there is a raise hand button you can tap or press to request to speak. Please use either of these options to recognize to speak. We have in attendance, it's very small right now, we have
We lost Val.
I know. We have Councilor Cox, Councilor Blank, our wonderful Sherry Carvelis. In attendance, we have, I don't know her name, and Mary Ann Boucher. And Eric Kaplan is now on. So we can start the night by going with a new appointment for the Board of Health, Eric Kaplan, fulfilling an unexpired term to expire 2/14/2024. Eric, if you just want to give us a little bit of info about yourself and how you'd like to be implemented in the Board of Health, that'd be wonderful. You're on mute, Eric. Eric, you're on mute.
There you go. Thank
There
you.
we go.
Thank you for inviting me, and it's nice to see Sherry. See Sherry's face. I've been in contact with her a lot over the last week. I guess I'll give you some background. I was a pediatrician in Lowell and Westford for 40 years. I was the managing partner of my group, which was nine physicians, 4 nurse practitioners, and 50 employees. I retired 4 years ago in 2017 and moved here permanently to where we have owned property for about 11 years now.
I'm sorry, Eric, can I interrupt you for 1 second? We do have Jamie O'Hara calling in as an attendee. So Jamie O'Hara, Councilor O'Hara is present. Sorry about that, Eric.
No problem.
Go ahead.
We moved here permanently in 2017 to Rocky Neck. We've been coming to Gloucester for 45 years and stayed at Good Harbor Beach at the Williams Guest House for a very long time. And so we're pretty familiar with Gloucester. My background otherwise is that I was on the Board of Health in Chelmsford for 5 years. It was an elected position as opposed to how this one was done. And I also was the school physician and the town physician for 30 years. I would be honored to serve on the Board of Health and serve the citizens of Gloucester. I enjoyed my time on the Board of Health in Chelmsford a lot. I really liked it a lot. And I look forward to doing it again here.
Excellent. Thank you, Eric. Do we have any questions for Eric Kaplan? I'll start with Councilor LeBlanc.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Eric, how are we doing?
Good, thank you.
Nice to see you. I thought you were going to say you moved to Gloucester to relax. Well, not going to relax much on the Board of Health. So, but we're glad you volunteered. We're glad you be a part of our system. It's a great group. It's a great team. You're going to do very well up there. And my time is short on the council. I got 60 days left, as does Councilor Cox. But if there's anything we can do in the next 60 days to make your appointment, the transition any smoother, please definitely reach out and we'll be happy to assist you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I've already been to one meeting. I was a non-voting member of the last meeting. So I got a chance to see how it ran.
Counselor Hara, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I just want to thank Eric. Appreciate your willingness to continue to work in a Board of Health capacity. We look forward to your energy, and I'm sure you'll do wonderful things for our city. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Thank
I
you.
did see Counselor Cox with a hand up, so let's hear her questions or comments.
Hi, Eric. Welcome aboard. I'm just curious, you're still a licensed physician, correct?
Yes,
Okay, most physicians that come before us still, we address them as doctor but your attached resume didn't say that. So with all due respect, I think you have earned your title, and I would refer to you as Dr. Kaplan. I was just
You
curious
can do
because it
that.
doesn't say.
As a pediatrician, I got called a lot of things by the children. It wasn't always doctor, so.
Yes, I imagine it's a little bit more informal, so.
And I have
Awesome.
talked to you before, Melissa.
Yeah.
I talked to you about the traffic at the end of Rocky Neck where we live.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't address you as doctor then either, but I really didn't know then.
I don't push it.
Well, we look forward to having you here. Like Steve, I'm only here for another 60 days. So if you want to redo that conversation with the traffic at Rocky Neck, I'd be happy to sit down with you and Councilor Memhard on that, because I agree it's a nightmare and it's in need of improvements. So
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Counselor Cox. So Dr. Kaplan, with this all being said, your resume is wonderful. I look forward to your advice and your experience on the Board of Health. Counselor LeBlanc and Counselor Cox had both stated they're only here for another 60 days, but I can guarantee you if you need something and reach out to either one of those after 60 days, they will still help you get things that need their staples to the community.
Appreciate
So,
that.
with that, do we have a motion?
Yes, sir, we do. Ordinance Administration would like to recommend to the City Council to appoint Dr. Eric Kaplan, fulfilling an unexpired term to the Board of Health, term to expire 2/14/24, and I so move.
Second.
All right. And this will be by roll call, and I'll start with Counselor LeBlanc.
Yes, Dr. Kaplan, have you had your ethics and been sworn in?
I've done my ethics and I've sent it into Sherry already.
Okay.
And I'll come in. I haven't gone sworn in. I thought I had to wait until you approved me. Oh, I can come in?
You can come in anytime. All right, my vote is yes, 100%.
Excellent. Counselor O'Hara,
Yes, thank you, Doctor.
Counselor Nolan, yes. So the vote is 3 yes, 0 no. Dr. Kaplan, to see Joanne about being sworn in. Tuesday night, we'll have a city council meeting for you to be introduced. It'd be nice to see you there if people have any questions. And thank you again for participating in our city.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
next Tuesday.
Next
Next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, so next up, City Council 2021-18 Cox, amend the GCO, Chapter 22, Section 22-277, 1 hour parking, generally by adding Pleasant Street easterly side from a point of 140 feet for its intersection with Prospect Street in the southerly direction, the distance of 42 feet, continued from 10/4/21. Then it was to continue to 11/1/21. The Traffic Commission unanimously voted to not recommend or establish 1 hour parking at 47th Street C40 email. The motion has been out there. Councilor Cox, this is your order and you have the floor.
So why isn't the Traffic Commission's recommendation with the packet? Did they meet after the packet was sent, or because I was missing that and I couldn't find it on the website? So therefore I have no idea why they voted it down other than their pure hatred of me. So, I mean, I had a constituent come forward with this. They never once asked me for a site visit so they could have a conversation with the applicant or with the person that requested this. So, you know, I'm just curious how their decision was made. And
So Melissa, we do have a motion before us tonight, so we can vote it up to council and have a just full-fledged discussion of the council if you'd like.
well, this would require a public hearing, so I don't want to advertise it just yet. I mean, I also don't want to kick it back to somebody that has a monthly meeting. So I was not able to find the minutes. They weren't in the packet. So I'd like to get a better understanding of why they rejected it, other than my first reason. So if you wouldn't mind continuing it to your next meeting, so that way I can at least try to request a site visit
That makes
and
sense.
they can explain the reason to the person that asked for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would
So-
definitely ask to bring this up before the next O&A and
Okay.
ask the traffic commission for some minutes of why they were against it. And if there is a site visit needed, I'd be all for that. And if Councilor Cox could take the lead on that, that would be something that would be greatly beneficial for us, not to waste the public's time for public hearing well information.
Yeah.
So,
And typically when a city councilor has something before the traffic commission, they are notified when the traffic commission is meeting. And therefore I did not get an invitation to their meeting or understand when they were meeting. So as you can understand, my schedule's been a little crazy with reentry. So unfortunately, I was not watching their agendas as closely as apparently I should have, since I'm not being notified that I had an item on their agenda.
Excellent. So with that being said, Sherry, can you put this on our next O&A agenda and also send a memo to the traffic commission for the minutes of their findings and why they're against this? Because I'm still at the same loss as Councilor Cox on it as well.
Sure.
Thank you.
And just, I know this came right when I was leaving on vacation, and so you guys understand, it's a law practice in that area. That is, they cater to mainly seniors, elderly, disabled clients, and they have found that, and one of the reasons too is, and this is short term, I understand that, but because of our lack of ability to enforce parking regulations due to the meters, she has had a really hard time with turnover and enforcement and being able to provide for their clients. And this site does not have a parking lot that they can use for clients that can't walk too far. So this is adversely affecting her business.
Excellent. So Sherry, when would the next meeting be?
On November 15th.
Excellent. So we'll continue this to November 15th.
Thank you.
Cox.
I appreciate it.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
The next on our agenda would be with City Council 2021-019 Memhard to amend the GZO Chapter 22, Section 22-270, parking prohibited at all times, Section 22-291, tollway zones regarding Farrington Avenue. Is Councilor Memhard on tonight?
Oh, he's not.
I do not see him. I did see the report from the Traffic Commission on this, and they feel that it's something that would be good. I'm willing to support this as another ward councilor looking for another ward councilor's request that will benefit the neighborhood. Scott's not here tonight to speak on this. I know he's been advocating this for a long time. I've been to the area and it does make sense to me. I'm ready to vote on this if Councilor LeBlanc and Councilor O'Hara don't have any questions.
I agree. I don't have a problem.
I'm fine with it.
Excellent. Do we have a motion?
Yes, sir, we do. Ordinance Administration would like to recommend to the City Council to amend Gloucester Code of Ordinances, Chapter 22, Section 22-270, parking prohibited at all times, and Section 22-291, tow-away zones by adding Farrington Avenue northerly side from its intersection with Eastern Point Boulevard in an easterly direction to its intersection with St. Louis Avenue, and I so move.
Second.
All right, and this will be by a roll call vote, and we'll start with Counselor LeBlanc.
Yes.
Counselor O'Hara,
Yes.
Counselor Nolan, yes. So it passes 3-0. I believe this will be sent to the full city council for a public hearing. Sherry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
Probably won't be for a few weeks, though.
yeah, probably not till December 14th, but I'd need to confirm with the city clerk.
Not a problem. Thank you, Sherry. So we're on to item number 4, City Council number 2021-20, PET. Amend the GCO Chapter 22, Section 2269, stop intersections by adding School Street at its intersection with Proctor Street. There's no motion offered on this. This has been through the Traffic Commission where they have the rights to do stop signs and not, but I also do believe that the council has a right to ask for one. Councilor Pett is not here tonight. So like I said, there's no motion. Councilor LeBlanc.
Yes, so we did this years ago. Used to come through city council for traffic, for stop signs, but we gave that over to the traffic commission for their purview to put up stop signs throughout the city without city council recommendation. But we can request them. And just so the sitting members of this committee know, the stop sign has already been put up.
All right, so then I would recommend that this matter be disposed of. And do I have to do that by roll call?
No.
So the matter is gone. Excellent. Let's move on to number 5, the request to review the city pursuant to the charter 10-4-21, and I'm going to defer this to Councilor Blank. I do believe we have some info with things that already make up the differences before, where we had talked about he and she and so on and so forth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So after speaking with our general counsel and our city clerk over the past few weeks, Councilor Nolan, Councilor O'Hara, and myself have gone through the city charter. We've picked it apart. The verbiage of he, she is covered in section 10-1. And so we don't really have to amend the verbiage to decipher he or she, because it's covered under that, where it states that anywhere he or she is used, it will be used as a it could either go both ways. So it says under the mayor, he shall, that also means she under section 10. Everything else in the charter that needs to be amended or changed would call for a charter review, not a review, but a what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? It would have to go through the ballot, and we'd have to do a full-fledged tweaking of the charter. So the way the charter sits, we did a full charter review 10 years ago, but with a bunch of citizens. They did a tremendous job. And as it sits today, there is, after speaking with general counsel and our city clerk, there's nothing that we need to do moving forward with the way it sits today.
I also agree. I've read many times over the charter, which is always good for anybody that wants to know what's going on, how it works. And I think that we're covered at this point, and we have done our job to review things, and there's nothing that we can change legally. And the next time this will come up will be in the year that ends in 0, and that'd be 2030, which will be 10 years and 60 days after Steve LeBlanc has retired from
Who
city.
knows? Maybe I'll be back. Who knows?
So with that being said, we don't have a motion. I think that we've completely gone through it and we've fulfilled our duty for looking at the charter. And I think at this point, I'm just looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll move the motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, before we go, I just want to thank Sean and Jamie. Sean said it, reading the charter frontwards, backwards, sidewards, going through it, crossing words out, circling things, sending them back and forth to Chip and Joanne, and I'm sure Sherry's looked at it a million times. Pretty well versed in the city charter at this point. And, you know, the last team had done a very, very good job. So kudos to Sean and Jamie. I know it was a lot of work, even for myself. I went through every single page multiple times, and I'm sure you two guys did too. So good work. And we appreciate what this committee has done.
Excellent. So we have a motion to adjourn. It's been second. We'll go by roll call vote. Councilor LeBlanc,
Yes.
Councilor O'Hara,
Yes.
Councilor Nolan, yes. So we have a motion to adjourn. Everybody have a great night. Don't forget to go out and vote tomorrow. It's our civic duty to do so. And Sherry, thank you for everything.
Thank you, Sherry.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.